Undisputed. We are live from Los Angeles. I'm Jenny Taft here with Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. It ain't too good, but it's you know.
About that.
You know what amazed me about this weekend? We had more Deshaun Watson news. We had Deshaun Jackson news. We had bombshell after NFL free agency bombshell. We had upset after upset in March Madness. And in the end, the biggest story by far was LeBron James versus the Atlanta Hawks that started at 12:30 p.m. out here in L.A. on a Saturday afternoon. And that became the biggest story. Your man is incredible.
Of course. You surprised by that? No.
Dominates the news.
Exactly.
Not surprised. Well, Shannon not feeling so hot because, unfortunately, LeBron James not feeling so hot. And we got to talk about it. LeBron will reportedly miss 3 to 4 weeks after suffering a high ankle sprain during the Lakers' 99-94 loss against the Hawks on Saturday afternoon, like Skip mentioned. And after the game, Montrezl Harrell said that Atlanta defender Solomon Hill wasn't doing a real basketball play when LeBron got hurt, causing Hill to defend himself on Twitter, saying this: "I would never disrespect the game and take a player out purposely. He knows that. That's all that matters to me. Praying for a speedy recovery." So, Shannon, I start with you here. Was this play clean or dirty in your eyes?
Skip, it wasn't a dirty play. It was an unnecessary play. And intent only matters to Solomon Hill. LeBron James is still going to be out 3 to 4 weeks. So basically, they play 4 games every 7 days. If he's out 3 weeks, Skip, that's 12 games. He's out a month, that's 16 games. There's what, 30 games left in the season? So there's a potential that LeBron James can miss half of the remaining games. And considering they're only, what, 2.5, 3 games in front of the 6th or 7th spot, there's a chance with AD being out, by the time these guys get back, they can be not only out of the playoff, they can be out of the play-in situation. Because you saw what they looked like last night, and we've seen what they look like without LeBron on the court. Skip,
and Anthony Davis.
Well, if LeBron's there and Schroeder, you can get by, because LeBron is the guy LeBron is the chef. LeBron stirs everything, gonna make sure everything's okay. In a situation like this, I don't get why Solomon Hill, Skip. Solomon Hill is not on the second of a 10-day contract, needing to impress someone. Solomon Hill's contract was guaranteed in January. Solomon Hill has been around long enough. If this is Game 7 of the NBA Finals or the Eastern Conference, Western Conference Finals, Skip, I get it. But 1 minute into the second quarter, in Game 42, you're diving on the floor outside the three-point line? And you talk about intent. Skip, and my good friend Dr. Dyson said the mosquito, his only intent is to draw blood. But in the process of doing that, it might give you Zika. It might give you West Nile. It might give you malaria. That's not his intent. His intent is not to give you those diseases. Its only intent is to get blood. So I don't want to hear Solomon Hill, my intent was to get the ball. The intent only matters to you. LeBron James has it high.
Okay, so clean or dirty? Skip. Tell me, clean. You're saying it's clean, but it's dirty. You're going both sides of your mouth.
No, I'm not. Skip,
okay, clean or dirty?
Skip, it was not a dirty play. It was not a dirty play. I'm saying it was unnecessary.
What's the difference?
What do you mean, what's the difference?
Then it's a dirty play. You're saying it's dirty.
Skip.
If it's unnecessary, it's dirty. Like, you should have pulled up and not gone for that basketball. That's what you just told me.
Skip.
You just told me that.
Skip.
You can't have it both ways.
Yes, you can,
Go
Skip.
for the ball or don't.
The men's rate of it in a situation like this, the mindset, Skip, that's not a dirty play. He's going for the ball. But my point is, in that situation, 1 minute into the second quarter, you're diving on the floor. How many times have we seen Solomon Hill dive on the floor for a ball?
Well, I don't know. How many times do you watch Solomon Hill?
I watch Atlanta because I like Trae Young. So he's not in the game a whole lot. He's just running around shooting threes. But Skip, don't try to do that. Don't try to say, well, it's a dirty play. No, it was a play. I thought it was a basketball play. Now, he went about it half-hearted. He just didn't dive on the floor, Skip. You could tell. He's going like, I really shouldn't be doing this. And then that's what happens. But my thing is that I don't believe it was dirty, because I don't believe his intent going into the situation like, I'm going into the game, I'm going to hurt LeBron. Intent only matters to the person that's committing the act. The person that receives the act is just as injured. It's the difference between murder and manslaughter. Intent matters to the defendant. I mean, the defender. The victim is just as dead. LeBron James is just as injured, even though Solomon Hill did not intend for the act to happen.
Okay.
Boom.
I'm still not sure I'm getting you on that, but okay. Let me answer the question, because I will tell you flat out, not a dirty play.
I didn't say it was dirty.
End of story. Well, I'm answering the question. It's my turn now. And I cannot imagine why Montrezl Harrell would sit up there after the game and say that was a dirty play. That's out of bounds for Montrezl Harrell. Solomon Hill is in his 8th NBA season. He has been on 4 teams. This is his 4th team. But he is playing 20 minutes a game for the Atlanta Hawks,
right,
averaging 4 points and 2 rebounds a game because he fights on defense. That's his calling card. And if we could see this play one more time, you hit the nail on the head at the end of your soliloquy when you said he starts it by causing the potential turnover. He's the one who knocks the ball out of LeBron's hands. And then you're telling me just because it's early second quarter, you're not supposed to dive for the basketball? And the truth is, he did not dive for the basketball. The truth is, he went half-hearted. You used the exact, he pulled his punch. He pulls his punch. It's like, whoops, I'm sorry, LeBron. I don't want to crash against your planted foot and leg, because if you crash, if you go full speed, if you go all the way over, you know what's going to happen? CL. That was as far from a dirty play as you can get. I don't know about what intent or his intent was to get the damn basketball. That's what he was trying to do, because he's trying to win the damn basketball game.
The second quarter.
Yes, sir. And if the NBA, what does the NBA always get criticized for? They don't play any defense until the last 2 minutes. Baloney, they don't. They play their tails off the whole way through. And Solomon Hill's job is to go on the floor for 20 minutes a night and play his tail off. Way to go, Solomon Hill. And then I heard Schroeder after the game. I watched his whole Zoom interview, and he was defending Solomon Hill, saying we're in the same draft class. I know him. I respect him. There's no way that was a dirty play. And then I don't even know where the quote came from, but later I see on Twitter some quote from him saying, yeah, it was a dirty play. What? It was not a look at him pull his punch. I got to see it one more time. He starts to go down and he's reaching for the basketball, and then he says, whoops, I can't go there. I got to pull back. He pulls his punch. He pulled away. He did not go ahead and fall full weight across the ball. He says, no, I got to stop. I got to pull up. So don't give me dirty play. Skip, I'm sorry. It just happens.
Skip, LeBron said that. I didn't say it was dirty. I said it was unnecessary.
Okay, all right. Well, I don't know what the difference is. You're trying to, like, play both sides of the fence
really,
a little bit.
Hold on, Skip. Really? Skip, you don't know the difference between intent and unnecessary?
I don't. He's just playing basketball. His intent is, I know what his intent is. I got to get the basketball because I dislodged it and I need the steal.
So hold on. So for the past 20 years, you said only the fourth quarter matters. Now 1 minute into the second quarter matters.
I didn't say that. Every second matters.
When LeBron, hold on, no, it doesn't. When LeBron James goes off in the first, second, or third, that doesn't matter. But now
do I expect LeBron James to play hard for 4 quarters? Yes, I do. A defensive specialist, do I expect him to go hard early in the second? You better believe I do, because he doesn't get that many chances. So I am completely defending Solomon Hill. And now let's go to part B of this. So what happens after part A? LeBron rises on the floor, and as Kuzma said after the game, I've never seen such anguish. Right. I've never heard him scream and yell before, right? And I hadn't either. I'd never seen him writhe like this on the floor as long as he rides on the floor. And yet, knowing him the way that I know him, having followed him as closely as I've followed him, I've seen him get a little melodramatic in these circumstances and pop right up and be Iron Man. He is simply the most durable athlete superstar athlete I have ever remotely covered. There's never been anything about like LeBron James when it comes to durability. So I was not at all surprised to see that he finally got up. For a second, he couldn't put any weight on the right foot. And then, if we can see what happened, he began to walk on the high ankle sprain. And then this happened. We didn't get to see him walk, but then he plays. And right away, what did he do? It didn't surprise me a bit. He gets an open 3, and he nails it from the left corner. And then he tried to trot up floor, and he was trotting okay up floor. It didn't look that bad. He wasn't that hobbled. And he got to midcourt, and he stopped and said, you know what? This is ridiculous. I can't go. And then we saw him walking away, and he knocks the chair over. That wasn't because he was mad at Solomon Hill. He was mad at it.
Yeah,
he was mad at the
yeah.
he might lose the MVP.
Right.
He's going to lose some games as he pursues Kareem's all-time record, and he's in year 18.